Good morning, Intenders.
Good morning.
Welcome and welcome back to Morning Intentions. Today is Thursday, June 11th. Thank you for being here. Annette, thank you for joining me for this month of curiosity in the art of enjoying life.
Did you do your homework, Ada?
I did do my homework. The homework for everyone, as a reminder, how does catastrophizing serve you? It was a curiosity question, and I'll say it was a trick question.
Trick question.
It was a trick question.
How is it a trick question?
Because you remember in school when your teacher would ask you a trick question and you're the teacher in this example,
I got to hear this.
and you're given a question where your answer is probably going to be wrong if you think catastrophizing is helping you. That's the trick.
Oh, I thought we pretty much knew that catastrophizing doesn't serve us.
Well, I know that's why. How does catastrophizing serve you? Of course, it's a trick question because the answer is it doesn't. So I did do my homework. I thought about all the times of my life that I catastrophized. And I can't say I found one helpful time, especially because all the worry that went with catastrophizing, most of that stuff didn't even happen. I was worried about this happening and that happening, and then it's all going to fall apart. And that worry was for nothing. It was wasted worry. And I think that's what you wanted me to get to.
Yes. And yesterday you shared with us your experience with catastrophizing. And then after we said goodbye for the podcast, I was thinking about it during the day and I thought, well, I think we need a working definition so that everyone understands. Like, we understood your experience, but I wanted to provide a working definition of catastrophizing.
You know us, we like to make things official.
So you and I came up with a working definition of catastrophizing in case anyone is confused. Like, what is catastrophizing? I will share. Catastrophizing is the habit of assuming the worst possible outcome before we have enough information to know what is actually true. It turns uncertainty into certainty. Like, I just know this is going to happen. Possibility into fear, and often causes us to react to imagined problems rather than respond to reality.
That's catastrophizing, all right.
When we catastrophize, we stop being curious. That's why it has come up just pretty much naturally. We didn't even plan on providing a working definition of catastrophizing, but catastrophizing stops curiosity in its tracks. So instead of asking what is happening, we jump to, oh, this is going to end badly. And instead of exploring possibilities, we assume disaster. Catastrophizing closes the door on wonder. And that's what we were talking about yesterday with Randy Pausch in his last lecture. He says, never lose your sense of wonder. That was one of the gems that he wanted to leave this world with. Never lose your sense of wonder. Never lose your desire to learn. Never lose enjoyment. I wanted to give us some examples about the difference between being curious and catastrophizing so that we could all get clear, because I think catastrophizing is very common and I want us to know it's a habit. We don't have to catastrophize.
Having a sense of curiosity in life does take intentionality. The world is naturally going to go to catastrophizing, like you're saying, and it takes mental toughness, it takes intention to stick with curiosity in the face of something or a situation that we could easily catastrophize.
So here are some examples to show the difference between the two, curiosity and catastrophizing.
I'll do the catastrophizing part, you do the curiosity part.
Okay, so I already shared this one, but let's share it again. I wonder what's happening.
I know what's happening and it's bad.
Curiosity explores possibility.
Catastrophizing assumes the outcome. It's bad and it's ruined and it's always going to be ruined.
Curiosity seeks information.
Catastrophizing jumps to conclusions. It takes a few snapshots and thinks it knows the entire picture.
Curiosity remains open.
Catastrophizing closes down. It knows what's going to happen and it's done thinking.
Curiosity responds to reality.
And catastrophizing reacts to and reacts with fear.
And from.
And from, don't forget that part.
And here's a little sentence that we thought, let's share this and we can all kind of think about this today. This is what we should have as part of our intention today, Ada. Catastrophizing is when we fill in the blanks with fear and then treat our fearful assumptions as facts. Catastrophizing is when we fill in the blanks with fear and then treat our fearful assumptions as facts. Now that we're all clear about what catastrophizing is, and we have a good idea about the difference between curiosity and catastrophizing, what came up for you yesterday in your homework or your working through the curiosity question, Ada, that helped you see you really do pay a pretty high price with the catastrophizing?
I really do. The key indicator is that I do treat those fearful assumptions as facts. In my mind, it is so solid, this is what is going to happen. Based on that little snapshot, I don't have all the information. I'm also not open with a sense of wonder. And what I think I know, I'm just treating that's the gospel truth, it's fact, and it will definitely happen.
We've talked about the nervous system a lot, but remember, with our nervous system work, when we have a thought, our nervous system responds as though it's true. And so when we're coming from that very fearful place and there's a lot of fear going on, our nervous system says, oh, this is true. This is happening. So that's why having a whole month of understanding what curiosity truly is and the art of enjoying life and letting go of these habits and traditions and judgments that we all make, we're going to help our nervous systems to calm down so that we can actually see things for the reality instead of this made-up story that keeps us in fear.
And we have to do that work before the moment happens. It is very hard to start catastrophizing and then tell yourself, well, I better get curious right now in the middle of a hot moment.
Well, that's like the client who we only hear from when their life's on fire. And we say, oh, well, maybe we'd like to work on something for a while. Like maybe you'd like to come in every week or every other week and we can start building a nice foundation. And then inevitably we only hear from them when their life's on fire. We have to do the same thing with our bodies. We have to do the work.
Right. We can't heal in a crisis. So developing this sense of curiosity, I wonder what's happening, have that question in our minds, explore the possibilities, seek information, remain open, and respond to reality rather than our fear. Start doing that work when life is less intense, in less intense moments, and I would say just throughout the day. So then we start training our nervous systems and our minds that this is the mindset we want to have. And Annette, I see our time. Do we have time for your poem? You mentioned that
we're going to have to make time, Ada, because I wanted to read it yesterday.
And here we are at the end, another time, and you haven't read the poem. Is it short? Is it long? Can we get it done?
It's ready to go.
Okay, it's ready to go.
But see, this is a picture of life. We get so busy. We're having this conversation. It's like, oh, the poetry goes out the window. No, we're going to just stop and listen to this because this poem by Mary Oliver, one of my favorite poets.
Is it The Journey?
No, it's not The Journey. I know I share The Journey
First
a lot.
time for everything.
This is her poem entitled, I Worried. I worried a lot. Will the garden grow? This made me think of you, Ada. Will the garden grow? Will the rivers flow in the right direction? Will the earth turn as it was taught? And if not, how shall I correct it? Was I right? Was I wrong? Will I be forgiven? Can I do better? Will I ever be able to sing? Even the sparrows can do it, and I am, well, hopeless. Is my eyesight fading, or am I just imagining it? Am I going to get rheumatism, lockjaw, dementia? Finally, I saw that worrying had come to nothing and gave it up and took my old body and went out into the morning and sang.
Could you read that for us tomorrow at the start?
It was good, wasn't it?
It was so good. I need to hear it again.
Okay, tomorrow I'll read it for our hearts.
That would be great. And if we want to go back, we can listen to you again today, but I want you to read that again. Start us off with that tomorrow. For today, our intention is a reflection question. When have I filled in the blanks with fear and treated my fearful assumptions as facts? When have I filled in the blanks with fear and treated my fearful assumptions as facts? Thank you so much for joining us today. Our day is better because you are part of our day. See you tomorrow.
See you then.